Okay, this section of Straight Talk, we are setting sail on the 7 seas. What powers babies like this, as far as I can remember back? It's diesel, which of course comes from petroleum, or the short name is oil. Now, of course, in this green, environmentally friendly age, people are looking for creative ways to power things like this without being a lot of holes offshore and onshore. So look no further than your kitchen. This gunky-looking kind of stuff here could be something from your deep fryer at home, or your wok, or after you've made your English scramble on a Sunday. Well, we're about to meet a gentleman here in Hong Kong who's found a way to turn this from your kitchen into something nicer like this that can run your baby, your boat. Hank Carabrew is a partner with Hong Kong's TNT Recycling and joins us on the program. Good to see you, Hank. This sounds like biodiesel or something like that, like taking used oil of whatever sort and turning it into stuff that can run in a diesel engine. Is that what this is?
Negative. Biodiesel is a process. We add potassium and potassium sulfite and methyl to something like this to produce a bio-based diesel fuel. We're just filtering and polishing used cooking oil so that cooking oil goes directly into
Wait a minute, so filtering and polishing, so basically you're like massaging an old product. You're not adding all kinds of
There's no chemicals used in here. There's no chemicals used.
Is this something groundbreaking? Is it something new?
No, this is something that's been going on since the 50s and 60s in the States and Europe. As a matter of fact, the man who invented the diesel, Rudolph, invented that before there was petroleum diesel. It ran on peanut oil and we created it. Today, that is manned diesel in Europe. In Germany, they offer turnkey solutions for power generation running old waste machines.
So why did we go the petroleum alternative? Why didn't we just, I guess there's no peanut shortage in the world, is there?
The cost of doing agriculture just to make fuel is probably not going to be a beneficial effort for mankind. Just for using it as a first run fuel doesn't give this a product life cycle, a carbon footprint as low as it has now, where it's been refined, it's been used as cooking oil, and now before it gets thrown away, when we use it one more time. So we're closing actually a carbon loop from the time the plant was born, sort of taking carbon out of the air.
And knowing Hong Kong and all the thousands and thousands of restaurants, there is a lot of used cooking oil around. What normally happens to us? So do people just dump it down the drain like all the ads on TV tell us not to do?
Mostly. It gets dumped down the drain, sometimes out the back of a small dong sort of a thing into an alley. Sometimes poured into a trash bin just before the liner gets shut and chucked out. And there are biodiesel firms here that are going around buying that to try and keep that.
How does it work? Do you just replace the diesel with the new stuff? Is it as simple as that? Just use it as a replacement?
We run a two-type system. The boat will start up on diesel to keep the internal clean, the internal combustion engine clean, and then it will convert over to waste vegetable oil once the engine is up and running at around 80 C.
So it's got to be heated up and have the right viscosity. You can't just be starting it up on cold vegetable oil.
Absolutely correct. That would create all kinds of problems for you. It would leave deposits behind from the acids and impurities in the oil that would cause coating on your injectors when it rains.
Now, where does TNT come in? Do you do the conversions for people for a fee?
We do both the conversion. We bring in the hardware and our mechanic and put the inline fuel heater in place, the tank heater in place, and the additional, we filter down to 2 micron, whereas your stock boat is probably not even as good as 5 microns. So we also put in additional filtration. And we are the guys out there spending the time to settle, filter, and polish that to make it a safe product using your boat.
It sounds like the concept of doing this, going to be a dual conversion system, which you offer. It presents that sort of perennial upfront cost recapture issue. Like you have a capital expense up front over how many months, how many trips, how many nautical miles. Does it start to pay off? Is there a simple answer?
On my boat, it is pretty simple. I run 850 gallons on my main tank. So it only takes me 4 fill-ups in a year to pay for all the hardware that I installed to run the dual system.
Right. So what do? Do you go around in the middle of the night with a big tank truck and sucking oil out of restaurant trash bins?
We have gentlemen that go around several well-known places here, including the Shore, the restaurant in Central. They go in, they take this stuff out of the kitchen, leave behind fresh containers for it to be dumped back in at the depot. That fryer is then empty, and then they take it back to a processing place.
People actually do some really disgusting things with cooking oil, don't they? I mean, deep fryers, they say just filter out the solids, you can use it again. They don't necessarily tell you when you can use it until, I mean, I've heard horror stories about fast food restaurants using it for like a week or two or even more, or never replacing the oil at all. I'm getting kind of sick right now.
You should be. And there have been people here in Hong Kong arrested for taking that used deep fat fryer oil and reselling it into the mainland as edible oil.
Well, I'm glad you're doing what you're doing, because then people will actually use it then and consume it, and it won't show up in my French fries.
That's right. Burning it is much better than sticking it in somebody's mouth.
Okay. Well, hey, fascinating business, and thanks for doing your small part, in this world to keep the world cleaner and a better place. All right. Hank Caribou from Hong Kong's TNT Recycling. I'm going to put my name and address on Hank's to-do list and stop by this. Now, finally, I can stop pouring that used frying oil down the drain. It's not good for the disposal. Thanks for watching Straight Talk.